Hello. Uh, this will be the continuation of my business journey. We will continue from last time, and we are now in the area that when I was getting out from the port, the security guard told me when I was leaving, "Hey, next time you cannot get in without a business license." So for those of you that doesn't know me, my name is Lenny Cabral Paseo, and this channel is all about seniors, senior care, and senior care business. But we are just doing the introductory part of my business journey. Then after this, it's gonna be about seniors, senior care, and especially the business part of the senior care industry. Okay, so I got out from the port, and I went home and sleep for a little bit. Then around noontime, I woke up and I went to the city of Beaumont to find out about the program of the SCORE. They call it, the organization is called SCORE, and they are business executive, and they'll teach you how to run a small business. So I attended that, and they were interviewing me as to what kind of business I'm gonna open. And so I told them it will be selling phone cards. And they were so shocked. It's like, what? What you gonna be selling? I said, sir, phone cards. And I remember there's none like that in America during that time. What we were doing before, we will just call, and it's like $3 per minute. So I had to explain to them what is phone card. So I showed to them the one that I've been selling the first time I ordered. And so they told me, oh, okay then. So they told me to think of a name, and I named the business Texas Siemens Connection. So that's the name of my very first business, Texas Siemens Connection. So then I have to have an EIN number because I have to work two jobs. Every night I have to work from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. So I need to have a helper. Then I ordered for the second batch of my 2,000 worth of phone cards. So it arrived on time. And then the problem is, I don't know when the ship are coming, when they are arriving. So what I did, I bought this, I forgot the name of that. I bought a kind of like a walkie-talkie that you call a Roger. So I put an antenna, like a very tall antenna, and I'll talk like Roger. And sometimes some of the ships just like nearby, and then they can hear me. I'll say, Roger, over, kabayan. You want phone cards? And always someone will answer, hey, there's someone in America selling phone cards. And I said, but I don't know where you're going. I don't know what port you're going to. And then they'll tell me. So I don't know where's the port. So I have to get a taxi, and I'll tell them like, this is the place I'm going to. Then I will jot it down, so I will remember the name of the port. So it's been like that until one day I find out that for me to keep an eye on the ships coming, there's a list that I have to pay. It wasn't expensive. So from then on, I know the time they are coming, and then the immigration officer will check the sailors, and then once they are good, they're okay, the immigration officer start calling me like, okay, now you can get in. I know you've been working all night, so just get some sleep in your car, and when everything is done here with their immigration paperwork, then we'll wake you up, we'll call you. So the officer will be just been helping me. So it was a good business. And then at the beginning, it was just phone cards. But then afterwards, especially the Filipino, they want me to send boxes for them. We call it balikbayan boxes. It's a huge box, but they need to put like sardines, spam, canned goods, perfumes, anything that they want to send to their loved ones to the Philippines. And I don't know how to do that yet, and there was no Forex then. So I have to contact Forex in the Forex from California. So I started picking up balikbayan boxes from the ship. So they get to know me about my business. Immigration officer learned about me, and they trusted me. So the main thing is the trust. So every time, even they're still very far, they already fax to me like how many boxes I need to bring to the ship. Then also they start ordering like anything that they can put in the box. It's all coming from me too. So it's like triple double income, because I will have an income for the box, I will have an income for the things that they want to buy. Then they're still gonna give me a service fee for helping them. So it was just really, really, really a good business. Then I added printing t-shirts. They love t-shirts, but they don't want that t-shirt that's made in China. They want to make sure they look at the brand, and then it has to say made in America or made in USA. And when I was buying the t-shirt, I was buying it in Harwin for about $3 a piece, and then I will get a good design and they will do it for me. Then when I find out where they were buying the t-shirt is just 99 cents. So I created my own design. So I was just the one doing the uh, the design, and then I was doing the printing too. So I was making good money, and I will sell it for like $15 or $17. So they'll buy dozens and dozens of t-shirts, especially like I went to Texas, or I visited Texas, or someone loves me from Texas. Anything, as long as it's made in USA, they have to look at it and it says it has to be made in USA. So the income was good. Then I added a transportation business for them, because when they are off, they wanna go out. The sailors, they wanna go out, and so there's a scheduled time because they have a shifting. So I will prepare all the vans, and then my own transportation business for them. And sometimes they'll go to NASA. They are in a group, and sometimes my driver will take them to the casino nearby Beaumont. So yeah, so the business was good. And then when I learned about the balikbayan boxes, some of the nurses that was working in Beaumont and in Houston, I mean Port Arthur, in Orange, and Lumberton, Texas, I have to pick up all the balikbayan boxes that they wanna send to the Philippines too. So I have to pick up all those. Sometimes I have to rent a U-Haul so I can pick up their balikbayan boxes. And then what I was doing before, I have to get an Amtrak, because there was no Forex during that time. No Forex here yet, only in California. So yeah, I mean, the money was good. But then I was always sleepy because I just cannot trust my helper. So one time, I was working night shift, and the nurse that was giving me report got upset because when I was giving report, I was already sleepy, and sometimes I just cannot help it, and like, oh my god, I have to go to I had to listen. And one time, the nurse that was really upset, she told me like, "What you been doing?" Because I was hiding it. I was not telling them that I was working extra, especially for the sailors. It just doesn't look good. But I have to do what I need to do for my children, and it was a good income, but it was hard. So I added the business was very good. I was already having the money transfer, the balikbayan boxes, the t-shirt printing. Then most of the time they will order perfumes, the small perfumes, and then luggages. Then the computer, they started buying computer. Now that's a good income too because they'll give me the money to buy computers, and then most of the computer store they'll give me a rebate, the rebate for the computer, and every one of them say 50 in the ship. Maybe about 20 of them will buy computer. So sometimes I have to pick up about 20 computers, and every one of those computers has a rebate. So they have to go home. They don't stay here. They're just in the ship. So I get all the rebates. So I was able to save some money with that business, and I have to close it when 911 happened. The refineries or the ports, they don't allow anybody to get inside because of they're afraid that someone may put a bomb or do something. So I had to close that business. So I still have a lot of phone cards left. I started doing consignment to the grocery store. Now the grocery store doesn't know anything how to do that, so I have to show to them how to. I have to stay in the store. My number one client was the Hong Kong market. Yeah, Hong Kong market. Most of the time, I will deliver like 50,000 worth of phone cards at the Hong Kong market, Viet Hoa, this big Asian market. And it was in consignment. But every week, after I have been teaching them how to use it, they will order continuously. So even though the Texas Siemens connection, I closed it, I was still making money from the grocery stores and convenience store, and also to those big Asian market. But after a while, MCI started doing their own. They started doing their own phone cards. Then the Sprint also they started doing. So I already have a big competition, and there's no more good profit from the phone cards because everybody just dropping down and the discount is not good anymore. And so I have to stop doing it too. I still keep thinking what to do. Then a friend of mine, she wants me to petition her family from the Philippines. And so I bought from that little savings from my Texas Siemens connection, I bought a grocery store. The name of the grocery store is CNL Express Market, and with that store, I was able to petition the whole family, husband and wife, and the children. So that was good. But then, what happened to that one? Oh yeah, that store was hit by Hurricane Katrina, so we opened another one. I believe it was Lani V Asian, and then an Asian restaurant. And then it was hit again by Hurricane Rita. But I have a little insurance from that incident. So I got my insurance, so I still have a little money. And then another friend invited me to open a franchise. It's called Tops Burger Grill. Yeah. And that business was also very good because it was a competition of McDonald's. It's all healthy, healthy burger grill. And if you know the downtown Houston, there's a tunnel. There's a tunnel, and then most of the employees from different tall buildings all over the downtown area, they go, every one of them about noontime, they all go downstairs at the very bottom at the tunnel. And then at the tunnel, there's a big mall, and that's where we have our Tops Healthier Burger Grill. So it was doing good. We were on the second location and it's still at the tunnel. But then a hurricane came again, and it was flooded. It was flooded. So I was broke. We have no money. I have to start all over. But before all these things happen, I have my head nurse or my church nurse where I used to work in Port Arthur. She had no friend, nothing. It was just me that wants to talk to her, and because she has no friend, she became close to me. And I was just patiently enough to be her friend because you can really tell that there's something wrong in her mind. Then she got diagnosed with schizophrenia. So she got terminated from the hospital where we were working. So what I did, I took care of her and learned the puzzle of Medicare, Medicaid, how to apply for that, and many other things like food stamp, what's that? Medication saving program. So I learned all that by helping my friend. Then she became better. So she stayed in the house for about 8 months and she became better, and so she started living by herself again. But every now and then I will visit her until I moved to from Beta, no, from Netherlands. We have to move to Baytown because I started working again, back to 2 jobs at Triumph Hospital and then Kindred Hospital. But my dream is still doesn't stop. That one day I will be free, that I can do what I want to do. So I was working hard, again, 2 jobs, and someone told me that what happened to that? Oh yeah, I have to start learning how to make money again besides my 2 full-time job. So I joined some networking group and I studied insurance. And for me to pass the insurance exam, I will pretend, it's funny. So most of my workers, they're all kind of just chit-chatting, most of the time at night time from 1 o'clock to about 3 o'clock is so quiet. But what I will do, I will pretend this is the nursing book, but I was studying for my insurance licensure. Yeah, you got to do what you got to do. And sometimes I remember one night I was very, very sleepy because I was closing some insurance policies. I had no time to sleep. I tried to call in sick, but they don't let me. I had to go to work. So I did, and I was really, really very sleepy. And I just keep praying that hopefully my patient will be not too bad. And luckily, my patients in ICU that night, it was, I think it was two fresh open heart, no, one open heart and then one heart cath. And then the heart cath guy, he noticed that I was so sleepy, so we started talking to each other. And I said, I'm really, really sleepy. And he was very, very nice. He pretended to call me, so he used his call light. He used his call light and he said, I want to help you. If you can get 30 minutes sleep, you're going to feel better. I said, how are you going to do that? Oh, he called me using the call light, so I went. And he said, uh, he was having problem, that he was vomiting. He was pretending. He was pretending that he was very, very sick, that he had diarrhea. He had diarrhea all over. So he told me, close the curtain and you stay here. I'll take care of you. He, he covered himself with a blanket and he let me sleep in the bedside chair. That the door over there, even if someone is passing, no one can tell that I was there. And besides, he turned on the light that that I was inside. And he told I was shouting to the secretary that I will be with Mr. So and so a while because he had diarrhea all over and I have to clean the room. Oh my God, that night I will never forget. Yeah, I made the night. I made it, but the patient was just really nice that he helped me. He said, I know the feeling of just one working in the family. And he knew that during that time I had 3 small children. Yeah, so that's a very, very sad, but I'm very thankful that through prayer, because I was praying hard that it should be a good night. And this patient that's alert oriented and just have a heart cut done and help me to get some sleep. It's funny, but it's sad. I mean, oh, I forgot to tell you, when I was selling phone cards, sometimes the ship was coming from like India, Nigeria, China, and they don't speak English. So I had to dial the phone cards, using the phone cards to the payphone. I have to dial one by one for them so they can call. And sometimes the place is not good and there's so many mosquitoes. So sometimes I'll go home with so many mosquito bites. And one nurse, when I was she was giving report to me. She asked me like, "Hey, what happened to your face? What happened to that? What happened to that?" And I will just tell a lie like, "Oh, I was doing gardening and bitten by mosquitoes." So yes, I just don't want my coworkers to find out that I was going to the ship and selling and doing the business. And also during that time, my little van, I will sell like rice. I will always have something from the back of my vans to sell to the nurses after we work all night shift. Then I'll sell to them. I'll sell the rice, sardines, soy sauce, vinegar, having a little income like 10 cents, a dollar, but it helps. Little thing helps. So there are nights that sometimes I would like to give up. Many, many nights I feel like giving up. But my three children made me strong. So I got the strength from my children. They are my why during that time to keep moving forward, just thinking about the future of my three children. Anyway, I'm sorry. So yeah, so I was working as usual, two full-time jobs as ICU nurse. And one day I was off, I went to Beaumont and visit Jackie where I put her. But she was not in the place, in the apartment where I put her. So I was so worried. Jackie always go to the church. So I went to the church where she used to go to. I talked to the priest, and the priest said like maybe she doesn't live in the area anymore because they don't see her for about maybe 2 weeks. Then when I was leaving the church, the gardener from the church saw me and said, "Are you looking for that kind of weirdo person?" I said, "Yes." I said, "She is very tall and a big lady." And the gardener said, "Oh yeah, I can take you to her. Uh, she she became a victim of their neighbors that she has to move from that apartment because she has no more money." But the gardener knows, he knew where she was staying that time. So the gardener came with me and we went to the new place of Jackie. I was very surprised because the neighbor, they were saying like, maybe she's gone because we normally knew if she's around because she will be very, very loud, talking to herself very, very loud. And it's been quiet for 2 weeks. And I got so scared. I got, I got, I was thinking that maybe she's gone or she passed away. So I have to call the lessor of that apartment building, and I told him that uh, we have to break the door so I can find out what's going on inside. So we did that, and then I saw Jackie lying. She was naked, and then the roaches all over her body. Uh, Maybe 2 more days if I didn't arrive, she was probably gone. Jackie is so heavy, so I have to call my friend from Houston. Her name is May. May is a very good friend of mine. She's a very, very nice lady. So they came with the van and we pick up Jackie. Before sending her to ER to, for all these wounds bitten by the roaches, I have to give her a good shower, put her in the bathtub and gave her a good bath, and then we took her to the emergency room. Since then, I took Jackie home because, like like what the gardener said, when she was alone, she was scammed by her neighbor. They took all her money, and I saw the like paperwork that 100,000 borrowed from Jackie, and that they will return it with 100% interest rate. So the 100,000 will become 200,000 in the document that Jackie was showing to me. I said, "What happened to your money?" She withdrew her 401k. She withdrew her 401ks, and it was taken by those people. her neighbor from that place where she was. So yeah, so Jackie really was with me since 2004, about 2004. So I took care of Jackie since then up to now. I'm still taking care of her. But because of Jackie, I find out where my passion is. Um, I volunteer myself almost every time that I'm off to go to church and then help the seniors to avail the government program that they can avail. Sometimes I'll help them apply for Medicare and then Medicaid and maybe some savings for their medication, like what I did for Jackie. And then one day I was in a networking event and I verbalized what I really want in my life. No more business for maybe I think three to 4 years. But just networking, just the insurance. That's just that time. Um, I was telling them who I was and what is my plan, that I realized my passion is in senior care and I really want to open a home health care. But I just don't have enough capital. And that guy, the Vietnamese guy, heard that and I don't know him. Someone just introduced me to him and he said, I'll let you borrow money for your capital. And that was the beginning of my senior care. And now I consider myself as a senior care expert, senior care business expert, and a coach. So from home health care, which is the ABA Gentle Health Care, then it was doing good after a while. I bought out my partner. I was able to recover the money and open the little savings again, open a in-home or non-medical company. It's called Angels Over Us. Angels Over Us uh, doing pretty well. So my friend invited me to open the care home, and that's the Tuscany Living Villa. The one in Katy, Anne and I, we are partners. But the one in Houston in Westheimer area, it's just me. So I own Angels, ABA, Tuscany Living Villa, Kinetic, and CB International. The hospice, I have a partner also. She's also a nurse. And she's a good friend of mine too. So it's good. In fact, I like it if there's a partner because if you have a problem, then someone can take care of it also. So at the moment, because I was getting a little money from that senior care businesses I have since 2009, I promised to God that I will always share whatever blessings I have. So I've been sending money to the Philippines, especially during Christmas time. I'm always their sponsor to have, it's called Giving Joy on Christmas Day. And I do some other things, but I just don't want to brag too much about it. But yeah, any blessings I have, I always give back to the less fortunate people from the Philippines. So that's what I have now. Aba Gentle Healthcare is a home health agency. Angels Over Us is an in-home care. It's all private pay. Then Tuscany Living Villas in Katy is a care home. Then Tuscany Living Villas in Wickersham, it's a care home. and then a kinetic therapy services. They're all like staffing for physical therapy, occupational therapies, and it's a mobile one. And the CB International is a care business international. That's the products and coaching or consulting company. So I have seven. They're not big ones, but they're all about senior care. And so far, God is always at my side, and they're all doing pretty well. So my next project will be a school for CNA and maybe an outpatient uh, therapy services. So yeah, so now that's my story. I'm so sorry it's a little long, but things that helped me a lot mostly are the books. I got inspired by, I told you earlier, uh, Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, and then The Secret, uh, the Think and Grow Rich. Oh my God, you need to read the book Think and Grow Rich. And then I have mentors like Tony Robbins, Les Brown. Oh, I love Les Brown. And I have I can't remember, but there's so many books that really may also help me to keep moving forward. But honestly, when I was quitting the two jobs, when I quit the very first job, I was very very scared because I always want to give my children comfortable living lifestyle, and I cut the other one. It's just really coming from the business. But when the business was making four times my income as a nurse, then I totally quit. But like I said, many times, I feel like going back to nursing. Many times. Because it's very comfortable. You make money every time you clock in and clock out. But I will never be free. So I was looking ahead. I cannot do another 40 years of clocking in and clocking out. But God was always by my side, giving me strength, keep moving forward. You see, those businesses that was hit by calamities after calamities, I think God intentionally did it for me so I can find my real passion, which is senior care. So next time we will be no more crying, no more this telling story. It will be good things like about starting how to start home health, how to start your home, or anything about aging, how you make your skin beautiful, anti-aging, what's the secret, things like that. Okay, so I'm sharing this to be an inspiration to all that keep moving forward, whatever you want in your life. If you want it bad enough, again, if you want it bad enough, then you'll jump and make it happen. So that's all for now, and hope you will enjoy this channel, my YouTube channel. It's Lani Cabral Pasao. It's all about seniors, Hope you will like, you can make comment, you can ask questions, and please subscribe. Subscribe, because the goal for the income, in case I made up to 4,000 subscribers, I will continue to support the urgent care that we started uh, since 2009. It needs repair. It was hit by the typhoon. In fact, I sent altogether about 7 balikbayan boxes. But the urgent care, the clinic was hit also by the typhoon. So it needs a lot of repair. And so that's why I'm doing this YouTube channel, thinking that I will have an extra income. So whatever income, then I can send to the Philippines. So good night. Good night, everybody. Thank you. And I love you all.